There are too many children marrying each other. They're giving back to children. Their house now is now children's church. So I'm saying those are the things that make people become prisoners. On Sunday, I'm going to teach you on how to come out of marriage prison. Because some people are still there. Some people are on their way there. So whether you are married or single, this is for you. Even if you are married, please still stay back. You see, self-discovery is a journey. It's a long journey. You will keep finding and finding. There were some things my sisters and parents never told me until I got married. And my wife said, I remember one of the first times we ate out, my wife said I had a terrible eating habit. I was so angry, but she was saying the truth. It takes courage to accept feedback. Need good eating habit. My ego wondered. But she's saying, I have done it so much that my sisters can manage my excesses. Maybe you forgot I came from Bere in Ibadan. So deal with your esteem before you think that somebody else will help you build your esteem. There are too many people who are married whose esteem has been battered, and that has left a vacuum in them. And they're hoping that the person that marries them will accept them that way, and that gap will not cause a problem. And some of you men who are insecure, an insecure man cannot groom a bride. Because while he's giving suggestion, I want to do masters, he said, masters. So insecure men limit the kind of environment they give attention or they provide for their spouse to find expression. So deal with your insecurities. If you had a father who was insecure, you are most likely insecure. If you had a father who had extreme rage issues, you most likely will have it if you haven't worked on it. All right? I need to run because of time. Number 3, reason why people are in marital prison is because they don't have the technique of building a good marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a technique to build. Building technique. And you see, your technique has to be tailor-made for your personality type, for the new nation that you want to build. So if it's the coming together of two nations to form a new nation, if you don't determine what are the boxes to tick for the new nation, you will keep second guessing the nation that you're in. And there's no clarity. On Sunday, I'm going to also mention the place of having a marital vision, having a mission statement, having values, family values. Because you see, if those things are not in place, you will not even be able to deploy the techniques. There is a technique to build. You can't keep hoping you will build. One statement that men don't like to hear, that I also learned, FM used to say it, but I understood it better from experience. Once you and your wife have issues, one of the ways to begin to resolve the conflict is allow her to influence you. Men are always like, even if the outcome will be wrong. When a woman says she's hot, she doesn't want to hear your side. Just listen. And when then I now say, okay, I'm sorry. Chike. So what do you want us to do now? I want my baby lost. But there is a technique to build. You see, we are very big on emotions and very small on systems. Building a marriage requires being systemic. You have to be intentional. You have to be systemic about it. You have to be clear. Where are we going? What kind of a home do we want to raise? What are the values that we want to uphold? How do we measure our marital vision? What are the milestones, short-term goals, long-term goals? Mid-term goals. So, people are in marital prison because they lack the technique to build. Some people want to build the way their parents built their marriage. They're like, started me back in sorry, but I'm okay, shut up, noni. Shut up. Because sometimes I've got my fingers burnt a lot of times. One that I will not remember, forget in a hurry, was when I just took over the church from Reverend Beldo Akintayo. We wanted to do flyers. This man came in suits, and I've always liked people who dressed well, looked good. Heaven and I promised that there was no DI printing then. How much? Daniel, what's that thing that you do? When you want to print, the design, then you do, is it lithography? Plates. I'll do plates and all of that. I should have a lot of you down plates. Except I'll see that man tomorrow. I was trying to pay half. He said, camera when bulk, about cheaper. I gave him all the money. Next week. Hello? After a while, the number wasn't going again. That's how the money goes. And my wife said, TJ, boy, trust, boy. I said, I'll to bury now. You did buy be rare. Come on, phone share. So it's important to know the technique to build. Then finally, marriages or people who end up in marital prison because of their enemies. Not because of enemies, they are enemies. What are the enemies of a good marriage? Some of them are self-sabotaging patterns. Behavior, beliefs. Some beliefs have expired. People don't perish for lack of prayers. People perish for lack of knowledge. And like I made that illustration the last time, what happens to us most time is we want to bake a bread. Then we will now go and get vegetable oil, egg, nutmeg. We get everything when we now get zobo. We now mix it and put it in the oven. And now say, Father, let this thing come out as bread. It will not come out as bread because the key ingredient there is flour. So we're hoping that our children will turn out well. We're hoping that marriage will work. No. If you don't invest in the right knowledge, you won't know when you walk into prison and the key to the jail is in your pocket. So, no marriage is built based on hope. No marriage is built on assumption. You know one song, I think it was Sonny Ade or someone that sang it. One day it go better, it go better, it go better. That's how some of you want to enter marriage. I just won't believe alone. I'm a shit out of. Ladies and gentlemen, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So for those of you that are married, I'm going to leave you with the question. Why did you get married? It's a question that a lot of people don't answer satisfactorily. For those of you who are single now, why do you want to be married? Because society has lied to us, like they make us feel like marriage is a promotion. Community marry, marry, some people enter it and they're like, where is the way out? Some of you who are outside, they're like, I want you to articulate it. I will do sample on Sunday to just hear why are you married? Why do you want to be married? Some people say, I just found out that I've been lonely. You don't need a wife, you need companion. Some people say, because I've started working now, my laundry is much. It's because around you. Today I'm going to marry me. No, you don't need a wife. You need a house help. And society has made us feel like our wives are baby burning machines. So articulate it well. So I'm going to ask Koyi, Mary, Onye, why do you want to be married? If you are not clear about it, you will be hoping that I'm not, because I mentioned your name, I church on Sunday. I might not call you, but I'm just saying, I know you are the singles around, and you are looking at marriage ahead. Be clear about your why. I've had people say things like, so that I can fulfill purpose. Eh? Some other people say, I want to be married because I just want to avoid lust. Getting married does not stop you from lusting. You can be lost for lust. I want to be married because I want to be saving. Somebody will be helping me save money. If you didn't handle it before you got married, even when she's saying Onijaka save, she will say no. Have you been blessed tonight?
Yes, sir.
Please, let's step on the scale and let's do a mental detox. They have programmed us in a very, 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 very negative way. Maybe I will not say negative. We didn't take balanced diet. Let me put it that way, to be fair. So please get me, when I talk about my parents, I'm not trying to judge them. They just did as much as they knew. And what they knew was not all that they needed to know. But you see, we must be a better version of them. The painful thing is for us to get to a point where what our parents did was exactly what we're replicating. I had a client about 3 weeks ago. So I asked him, why did you commit to a new behavior? He said, because I just want my mom to be happy with me in her grave. I want to be a better version of her. And that struck me. We owe it to the legacy of our parents to be a better version of what they experienced. For the path of a righteous man does what? Shines brighter and brighter. So some of you are planning to be married this year, you probably will move it forward again. Some of you who are married, you say, let me do 3 days to even do a retreat and know how has my history influenced my reality. Something happened yesterday. I had to be quiet because I knew it was a programming they put into. So when my parents separated, we used to manage stew. So every time when my wife gives me a lot of stew, I used to get angry. So yesterday I still did it. Are you relating what I'm saying?